Is Bitcoin a Ponzi scheme, or is it one of the greatest financial instruments we'll experience in our lifetime? So I'm going to break down the facts, figures, numbers, logic, and have you make an informed decision. I'm going to share with you my opinion in the beginning here. I'm focused on Bitcoin. Xrp is my largest holding. Bitcoin is my store of value like gold. I buy both every single day, and I buy the dips. I dollar cost average in. Long-term hold for Bitcoin. But let's look at the facts, figures, numbers, logic, and then you need to make an informed decision. So I'm going to give you all the things that we know right now currently, but a lot of people are making decisions off fairy tales or things they think are going to happen, but we can only measure the past and look at what actually has happened. That's how I make my decision. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So first of all, Bitcoin, 94% of the supply is gone. Gone. Okay, we only have 6% left. There's only 21 million Bitcoin, and there's only 6% left. So what does that create? Scarcity. It's an extremely scarce asset. There's about 7 to 8 billion people in the world with only 6% of the 21 million left. 80% of the supply has not moved. That was an indication to me that something is happening here. So if it was created as a monetary system to transact, why aren't 80% of the people using it to transact? They were already using it as a store of value like gold, but who are those people? Let's take a look. Right here, we have the top 5 holders, okay? We have Satoshi, and we don't know who Satoshi is. Is it a person? Is it a group? Is it an entity? The next one is BlackRock, the largest asset manager in the world, and that has happened rapidly since their Bitcoin ETF in 2024. MicroStrategy is the 3rd largest holder in Bitcoin. Next is Grayscale and the United States of America. Do you see a trend here? Outside of Satoshi, who we don't know who that is, and we don't know who created Bitcoin, BlackRock, MicroStrategy, Grayscale, and US are the top 4 holders, all American companies. What's interesting is BlackRock, Larry Fink told us it was used for money laundering and until 2023, and he said it's a flight to quality, but before 2023, they were getting heavy exposure to MicroStrategy, which was already going all in on Bitcoin. So you don't think BlackRock, Larry Fink was thinking about their strategy before he went into it? If he didn't believe in Bitcoin, then why would he be going heavy into MicroStrategy and was one of the top 3 holders in MicroStrategy? So he not only has exposure through the ETF as the 2nd largest holder, but he has massive exposure to MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor's strategy of buying Bitcoin, borrowing, buying Bitcoin, selling more stock to buy more Bitcoin. We got Grayscale and the United States of America. We also have 7 states already submitted for a Bitcoin reserve. Think about that. In America, Trump wants to make Bitcoin and crypto, or America, Bitcoin and crypto capital of the world, and if you just a BTC reserve, it's going to change the game. So after you've heard all of that, I'd love to hear your comments down below. Do you think it's a Ponzi scheme? And I want you to think about the word Ponzi scheme. The American dollar. When people say that to me, I'm like, do you use the American dollar? Every time you put $10,000 into your bank account or any money at all, they lend it out to the next person walking in. Do you realize that there's no money in the system, no real money in America? Every single dollar in the system is someone else's debt. So if I walk in and I put my money in a bank, they lend it to the next person walking in. That person goes to the next bank, they lend that money to the next person walking in. That sounds like a Ponzi scheme to me. And when we get paid for trading time for money, we get paid in someone else's debt. So the only way to build wealth is, number 1, become an entrepreneur to create your own income, or number 2, become an investor and move your money through the system, just like these big companies are doing, and why they're going into a deflationary asset. Since 1913, the Federal Reserve's creation, the dollar has devalued by 97%. The average American needs to make about $150,000 a year, and only 10% of Americans will retire with about $1 million. $1 million at 4% is about $40,000 in retirement income. America is in a dangerous position. That's why you're seeing companies like BlackRock, MicroStrategy, and the United States of America moving towards an asset like Bitcoin, deflationary asset, to recorrect this financial system. So is it a Ponzi scheme? or is it one of the greatest investments in the world? Well, I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to store a lot of my family's wealth in Bitcoin, and we'll see how this plays out. Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.